A very good afternoon to all our viewers. We are joining you live and direct from the Racecourse Stadium here in Colombo, the beautiful, picturesque, historical venue here in Colombo, Sri Lanka. This is the second leg home clash for Sri Lanka against Yemen in the FIFA AFC Asian Qualifier for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This is the second round clash, as you can see on our stands, Sri Lanka versus Yemen. I'm Muad Razik and I'm joined by Akil Masoon. Good afternoon, Akil.
Hi Maud, good afternoon everyone. So we are back at the fortress for Sri Lanka football after a 2-year break. After 2 years, at last Sri Lanka played here at the Four Nation International Tournament 2 years ago, which was a historical tournament for Sri Lanka football, where they qualified for the finals. So after almost 2 years, back at it once again.
And Yemen.
Your screens, photographers eagerly awaiting the arrival of both the teams to catch a glimpse of the players. As you can see, the beautiful pictures brought to you by our production team here. The FIFA World Cup 2026 AFC Asian Qualifier second leg, a must-win game for Sri Lanka with a more than 3-goal margin. So if we are to go forward, it has to be a 4-goal margin. As you can see, the young guns of Sri Lanka football, the youth, the youngsters bringing out the FIFA and the two nations flags. Akil, beautiful pictures here. Of course, whatever the past results may be, the fans have always stood by the Sri Lankans as they are now seeking rejuvenation, new facelift and a new breath of fresh air as the Yemeni national anthem is being played right now. Football unites the world is the theme for FIFA this year. Both the teams flanked by the referees for today. The Yemeni national outfit in their red and white strips outfit here. In your screen is Sri Lanka. And their white, blue and gold. The Golden Lions of Sri Lanka playing for the first time since 2 years. Here at the Colombo Racecourse. Sri Lanka suffered a pretty harsh defeat last week at the hands of Yemen in their first leg clash in Abha, Saudi Arabia. Yemen playing outside of the home region of their country, in their neighboring Saudi Arabia. In their home clashes, the Yemeni outfit, as told by Mr. Miroslav, their coach yesterday, they have been training in Egypt. lusty version of the Sri Lankan national anthem, proudly sung by the Sri Lankan players. They know how important this game is, coming down to their home fixture. After suffering that 3-0 defeat, as you can see on the screens, players having a friendly high five just before the game. It's a crucial encounter, an all-important encounter, played at not in the most favored time for the fans, Akhil, at 3 p.m. normally, but still we have plenty of fans coming into the grandstands here.
Yeah, Mon. It's a working day. 3 p.m. at working day. I cannot expect a much crowd, but there's a fair amount of support for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka team. Posing for the team photograph. The blue and golden army, as you say.
Akhil, the last game at Yemen was, there were different captains. Yes, as you can see, you can go through the Sri Lanka team card.
Sri Lankan team, Sujan Pereira, Asigur Rahman, Captain Charita Ratnayaka, Kavitu Ishan, Suresh Bharat, Mohammad Akif, Wasim Razik, Adon Rajamohan, Jude Supan, Afil Mohammed and Rifkan Mohammed. This team is led by Charita Ratnayaka and goalkeeper Sujan Pereira. The formidable side, Mohan. Lot of experience here.
So, of course, many expats, overseas players of Sri Lankan origin also finally coming down to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, even though ranked 202nd in the world, is said to be one of the most up-and-coming teams to go back to its former glory, especially like the coach Andy Morrison has been telling in the last few media briefings. Lots of players are really looking forward to come back to Sri Lanka and play for their home country. They are playing in many overseas leagues and born and bred in other countries, but of Sri Lankan origin. So that's a very great news for Sri Lanka. Yemen at 165th at world rankings. Now the Yemen team card: Muhammad Al-Waji, Saeed Al-Ghaili, Hayran Al-Zubaydi, Salem Al-Dood, Ahmad Al-Sarori, Abdul Wasiya Al-Matari, Ahmad Mahir, Hassan Al-Tairi, Ahmad Al-Gawashi, Salim Al-Mari, Abdullah Al-Sadi. The Yemeni outfit led by the Czech Republic coach.
Good things ahead for Sri Lanka football. More. A lot of players who are yet to come, who are yet to sort out their dual citizenship. Most probably they will arrive in Sri Lanka soon, and we can be a force to reckon in the region.
Yes, I heard there are another 5 more players also now already willing to play for Sri Lanka and just waiting to sort out the legalities and the citizenship issues. So that is great news for Sri Lanka here playing at home. Yemen is led by Abdul Wasi Al-Matari, a midfielder. And this is the kickoff of the second leg, the home leg for Sri Lanka, the first round AFC FIFA 2026 qualifier. Yemen in early attacking position, but Sri Lanka defense standing strong. But again, gifting away possession to the Yemenis.
That was one issue Sri Lanka had throughout the last game, not having enough position.
We invite all the football-loving fans, football-crazy fans around here at Colombo Racecourse and the Colombo and its suburbs. There's 90 more minutes. You can come join us here at the Colombo Racecourse, or else if you are at work, at home, or anywhere in the world who wants to watch the game, you can tell your friends and you can watch on www.papare.com and the Sri Lanka football pages on YouTube. The live action on Papare and Sri Lanka football. So don't go anywhere. Don't miss this. This is an absolutely exciting clash here. Almost 2 minutes pass the kickoff. This is the replay. A bit of a messy start right from the beginning, but Yemen having that ball in possession. That's on your left corner, the Yemeni coach. Beg your pardon, the Sri Lankan coach Morrison, the Scottish.
Yemen on the attack. Well defended by Sri Lanka this time. Kavidushan.
Okay, Kavindu plays for which club, if you may recall?
Kavindu recently represented the Upcountry Lions, the recent concluded Super League. Kavindu is one of the most experienced players in the Sri Lankan team.
Based in Navalapitiya, is it? Yes.
He's in Alapitiya.
I remember.
He's originally from Mathura.
Right. I remember Upcountry Lions having a strong rugby team as well back in the day, having the Jayathirtha Stadium, and that was a brilliant save. Unexpected Sujan Pereira, experienced ex-national captain as well, putting on his experience to the outfit.
Sujan is one of the heroes of Sri Lanka football. Who has always for Sri Lanka.
Yesterday in our chat, I remember you recalling how Sujan was the savior for Sri Lanka in the Four Nations tournament in 2021 against Bangladesh.
Saved a crucial penalty there.
Well, not the best of the opening starts as the commentator's curse comes to strike Sujan. Not the expected start, but Yemeni number 11, that is the skipper Abdul Wase Matari, going in for the first goal of the game, just almost at the 4th minute mark. So trouble times ahead for Sri Lanka. They are 4 goals down in aggregate.
Not the ideal start, conceding a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game.
As the Yemeni officials give thanks to God, and Sri Lanka will now have to come back hard, strike back and not give away any goals further, because this is battle-hardened Sri Lankan outfit here.
Goal for Jordan, scored by jersey number 11, Abdul Wase.
Akhil Kavidu could have given on and strike forward, but he just kicked away, not in the most expected position, but nonetheless, Yemen seem to be having a bit of concerns with their player, that's Saeed Al-Ghaili.
Wasim Rasik was well placed there. Unfortunately, Sri Lanka couldn't get on the mark there. We'll hope Sri Lanka will equalize very soon, as Sri Lanka, as we saw in the last game as well, Mohad. Sri Lanka is playing some attacking football. Even though the results are not coming our way, it's good that Sri Lanka is playing attacking football, Mohad.
Is playing for the win, even though the 3-0 loss was conceded. Many good comments were put out by the football critics. As you can see the replay here, let's see what happened for Al-Ghaili to go down in that. Looks like he collided with one of his own players down on the air.
Injuries are the most heard word in sports these days, Mohad.
Of course, and also a dramatic instances also happening not far away in our neighboring country, India, where lots of dramatic tactics being used by our opponents. So this means, Akhil, we might see some extra minutes added at the end of the first half, as almost around 1.5 to 2 minutes were run by the clock due to that injury concern. Almost an all Filipino outfit with the referee, assistant referee, and the second referee. The fourth official is from Jordan, Hassan Mohamud Arafa.
Another opportunity there for Sri Lanka, cleared by Yemen defenders.
So
Throw
that's
in for Sri Lanka.
that was Hassan Al Tairi for Yemen, number 15 in his jersey. The race course grounds are fully covered up due to security concerns.
Opportunity again. Well defended by the Yemenis.
The local crowds were almost on their feet as Lankan coach Andy Morrison, the Scotsman, shouts out instructions. Is Rifkan. Rifkan is hailing from Colombo.
Rifkan is not from Colombo, Moad. Rifkan with the throw in right now. Had a decent game in the first leg. Rifkan is from Kenya. Good to see out of Colombo representation as well.
Especially the eastern province of the country and also in the schools semi-finals. There is one eastern team from Aligarh National School, Eravur. So all the other teams are from Colombo, Joes and Yagudo School, Zaira and Darussalam.
Football is one sport, Muad, where we have teams from all around the country, which is very good for the game. Yemeni goalkeeper with the kick. Sri Lanka with the opportunity again. And the corner for Sri Lanka. The first corner of the day for Sri Lanka.
Your screens is the Sri Lankan bench. Replay a missed opportunity again. Yemeni player playing a bit of a cheeky move out there. As Sri Lanka ready with the corner. Sri Lanka coached by the Scotsman Andy Morrison and Yemen by Miroslav Suku, the coach from the Czech Republic.
Adon Rajmohan with the corner. Adon had a super game last time.
Yes, Akhil. Another Sri Lankan origin expat player coming down to play for his home country.
And had a very good game, Muad, the last time they played. Another opportunity again. Sri Lanka still with the possession.
Playing at Abha, Saudi Arabia, and here at home in Sri Lanka in Colombo under heavy, gloomy, outcast conditions. Totally two different conditions out here. Last match was played in Saudi under lights, and this one in some pretty gloomy conditions. And yesterday, Akhil, yes, and that's Wasim.
Sri Lankan players are appealing for a foul there.
Looked a bit harsh as well inside the box.
Muad, what do you say?
Almost like it's just outside the box. Bit of a tough call for the Philippines referee. The match officials having a tough time right from the start.
Other one with another corner. The Golden Army with an opportunity on begging. Charita Ratnayaka, the captain. That was a very, very close chance, Muad.
Absolutely, the skipper lead in the pack from the front. As you can see, Rajmohan's corner coming into Charita, just not finding the right touch. As Yemen still in the front foot. They are in cruise control mode. The aggregate score, if you are joining right now from wherever you are, the aggregate score is right now 4-0 in favor of the Yemenis. Sri Lanka have to fight back hard and strong to draw level or to win the game to go into the first round. Interesting comments made by the Yemeni coach Akhil at the press briefing. He said half of the Yemeni outfit is under 23 years of age.
A young outfit by Yemen. Leading up to these qualifiers, Muad, they were the last international game they played was versus Iraq. They conceded a 5-0 loss. So it was a good comeback by this young team.
This Iraq, of course, one of the top Gulf nations. This is Rifkan again. The Lankans fail to secure possession again gifting away the ball back to Yemen, who are in the front foot. Also, the Yemen coach Miroslav Sukhu yesterday said in a very humorous way when the media personnel questioned about the rainy conditions, he said, and I quote, "We love the rain and we just love it to play out here in Sri Lanka if it rains, because in the Gulf the rains are very rare." So interesting comments made by the Yemeni coach, and the Yemenis seem to be proving that they are a very good team even under soggy, wet conditions.
Opportunity for Yemen again to attack.
That's overhooked by the Yemeni forwards. So Sri Lanka still 1 goal down here in the first leg.
Good 15 minutes of play, Muad. Both the teams are attacking. Sri Lanka had their chances as well.
It's Hassan Al-Tairi Muhammad from Yemen who missed away and overhooked that kicker.
Sujan with the kick. Some skills there by Yemen on the attack again.
The Sri Lankan bench also having lots of exposure and many overseas players coming in to the filling of the Sri Lanka's lost glory. So let's see, like Coach Andy Morrison said, within give us a few years for Sri Lanka. They are building up. They are now slowly and steadily patching up a new team with many local and overseas talent, as Altairi goes in for the almost inside the box. He was just on the front foot, almost scoring there, but unselfishly giving out the ball and passing out to his counterpart.
Sri Lankan defenders having a lot of work to do there.
Bit of a lucky miss for Sri Lanka. Akhil, Yemen was in superb fashionly. They were going in front, but nonetheless Sri Lanka must learn from their past mistakes in Saudi Arabia.
We see the legend Muhammad Amanullah on the sidelines for Sri Lanka, passing on the knowledge. One of the best players produced by Sri Lanka.
In the golden ages of the 90s, 95, when the SAF gold was won.
Yes, it was a golden era, I would say, of Sri Lanka football. We won a lot of trophies in that era. Hoping to bring back the legacy, Muad.
Yes, I hope many of our fans watching right now will go back in time, go down memory lane to some of the most extraordinary, legendary matches played at the good old Sugat Das Stadium under packed crowds there. As we see, Sri Lanka had a bit of a good chance, but Yemeni defense proving rock solid out there.
Yemenis with the throw-in. Well defended there by the Yemenis.
Even under tremendous outpour of rain throughout last night and early, even until almost 11:30 today, the grounds here is looking sublime and very well good in conditions. Whereas, especially when watching schools football, rugby, and many ardent fans might know that Sri Lankan grounds won't survive much under such conditions. But racecourse out here, kudos to the ground staff for maintaining superb playing conditions even under tremendous rainy conditions.
We were in doubt, Muad, whether we will make it to the ground the way it was pouring in the morning.
Of course, not the best of the starts in the morning we had, but nonetheless, the heavens have cleared up and we are in for a treat here. Sri Lanka might be in a bit of a pressurized situation. Well, of course, they are 4 goals down on aggregate.
Another throw in for Sri Lanka this time. Rifkan with the throw in. Another opportunity for Sri Lanka.
Rifkan has been all over the park today until this 20th minute mark as Coach Morrison barking out instructions. A very well experienced man who has been playing in the UK.
Opportunity there again for Sri Lanka this time. Well defended there, Muad. And Yemen on the attack. Sri Lankan defenders up to the mark there.
It's a wonderful work by Raj Mohan, proving to be a pivotal man in the Sri Lankan lineup. Beautiful pictures brought to you by our production crew. Gloomy conditions out here. There is no sun and it's actually a good condition to play football, if not for the wet outfield. But looks like the players are not having any serious concerns, as we were saying earlier. Ground looks in superlative condition for some fast open skills out in the second leg of the AFC FIFA 2026 Asian Qualifier.
In the press conference yesterday, Muad, the Sri Lankan captain was asked whether you will be settling with a draw or you are going for the win. Charita Ratnayaka straight away said they are going for the win. It's a good spirit, Muad.
Yes, why not, Akhil? You always play for the win in these crucial conditions. Cannot be satisfied with a draw at a crucial moment like this, as coming down as underdogs after 3-0 defeat, but playing with a strong gutsy performance, and Sri Lanka getting the praise of the players after a long time. There were some instances where the Sri Lankan players were accused of playing in a bit of a negative mode, but last week in Abha, Saudi Arabia, the Lankans were praised for their positive attacking mode of football back in action. Great signs, and Coach Morrison yesterday said at the press briefing to give them some time to become, and he's hoping and he's assured that within a matter of few years, with the new setup in place, getting the exposure of Sri Lankan origin overseas players, that Sri Lanka can become the most powerful nation in the region. We were parallel to India back in the days, like we were telling, during Amanullah's time, where we won these half championships as well. So when slipping away from Sri Lanka, and everyone is hoping to come back to that golden age of football here in the island nation. As Sujan goes in for a deep kick.
Sujan Pereira, hailing from Kalutara, he represented the Holy Cross College. Kalutara in his school days was a prime goalkeeper from that era as well, Muad.
Isakil, the Holy Cross College, Kalutara, a good footballing powerhouse in the region. And now many schools have taken up surrounding Kalutara, Berula and other areas, whereas once Holy Cross was known to be a huge force to be reckoned with in the school's footballing arena.
Sri Lanka on the attack. An opportunity for Sri Lanka. Kavindu Ishan with the ball. Unfortunately, ball goes out of play. Good intent from Kavindu, who has always been a live wire whenever Sri Lanka plays.
Yes, Akhil, and also Sri Lanka is now slowly and steadily playing in the opponent's half, whereas in the first 10 minutes it was Yemen all the way, controlling and having possession throughout the first 10 minutes, but Sri Lanka now playing a bit of an attacking, aggressive game. They know they can't let this game slip away. If they concede another goal, it will be the nail in the coffin for the Lankans.
Momentum plays a huge part in any sport, Mohad.
Of course, if you let that early initial stages get out of your grasp, it's troubled times ahead for you. As Raj Mohan, he has been a live wire, like you said, even Kavindu. Raj Mohan has been putting a lot of effort in the back. Let's see how this free kick will pan out for the Lankans here.
Sujan coming all the way to the halfway mark to take the kick there.
Interesting moves by the experienced Sri Lankan outfit. Near far screens on the left, the huge white building is the football house, the home of Sri Lanka football. As the referee says, play on, no infringement to his eyes, so Yemen now with ball in possession. Abdullah Hakim Saadi, the Yemeni goalkeeper, having a bit of a tough time in the middle stages of the game.
"26 minutes of play, Mohad. Sri Lanka has showcased some attacking football. Still, the results haven't come their way. It's important that they keep the momentum going and keep on playing attacking football, that the numbers will come their way."
Yes, Akil, having conceded 3-0 up there in Saudi Arabia against Yemen in the first leg, Sri Lanka should and definitely come back stronger to equalize and go forward in this game. and give their home fans who have turned up in numbers even during a working day, not at the even at odd times. Sri Lanka being supported by their friends, family, and ardent, loyal football fans of this island nation. It's wonderful to see crowds turning up. I think, Akhil, the crowds were silenced in the first 5 minutes. Sri Lanka was not expecting that, and this is Wasim Razik, Sri Lanka's playmaker, a talisman in his day. Fighting hard, but end of the day, just finally going down for that tough, rock-solid defense, Sri Lanka, but in the game.
Talking about Wasim Muad, he was the craftsman of one of the iconic comebacks in football history, where Sri Lanka were 4-0 down in a game versus Maldives, and at the end of full time, Sri Lanka, the score was 4-all.
Akhil, memorable, unforgettable days. I think this was in 2021.
21, yeah.
Where, my God, the fans were filling out even all parts of the Race Course Stadium, those parts where you can see next to the AstroTurf, the hockey turf, and all the areas surrounding every stand was filled with Sri Lankans, and also many Maldivian supporters who are living here and who came down to their neighboring country and Sri Lanka support Maldives, of course, having a superb fan base, Akhil, in terms of football.
Yeah, even for the Maldives games versus Seychelles and Bangladesh, they were filled with support. A very colorful crowd, more, I would say.
Colorful, very vocal, very vociferous. You cannot argue with their sports fans. It's wonderful. I mean, it's in a good way. The Maldives fans are always very vocal, and behind their team with all their drums and the big loud noises, they are very superb outing. And we hope Maldives fans are watching right now. A big shout out to you as well, who have been a live wire in the region, the South Asian football region.
Talking about Wasim Muad, he ended that year being the highest goal scorer of the South Asian region, which is a tremendous achievement for Sri Lanka football.
Yes, even at dire conditions, Wasim was the man who played a brilliant comeback effort to rally around the Sri Lankan unit as one team. And he was also facing many hardships in controlling and keeping the team intact at troubled times, especially during when the country was facing severe economic and COVID-19 crisis. He helped out many players out there playing in Germany and coming back to his motherland to play and represent and don the Lion jersey.
A free kick for Yemen. It's one of the most favorable positions, Muad.
Yes, Akhil. This might just test the Sri Lankan wall of defense and experienced goalkeeper Sujan as well. Earlier you saw tensed and silent Sri Lankan crowds who were shell-shocked after that early goal. Let's see how Yemen will pan this out. The header just short left to the net, and Sri Lanka saved again. They should fight back. They should equalize in order to salvage some pride in this game.
There you go. You see many former national players as well in the crowd, which is very good to see, supporting their teammates.
Sakil, it's also another great effort. They should and they must come back and give out a bit of motivation. It's always nice to see the good old senior lads coming in and putting out a small word, even at school level, as you might definitely know. that when a senior brother from your good old school comes back and gives out a bit of a pat on your back and a bit of a motivation just before a game and talk about their good old days, might give just a good booster, a good morale booster for the young lads as Yemen fights to come back and secures ball in possession. This is a brilliant attacking move by the Yemenis. That Al-Thairi into the box. Sujan Pereira comes to save Sri Lanka.
A quote you would listen very often in Sri Lanka football for the last few years. Sujan comes to save Sri Lanka.
Sakil, I remember again one of your good old recollections where when in the 2021 Bangladesh match in the Four Nations Cup, I forgot his name, Puslas, right?
Jackson Puslas.
Jackson Puslas.
Remembering Jackson Puslas who are not among us.
Of course, rest in peace, Jackson, a great player. A young soul gone too soon as Sri Lanka into the box.
Oh.
Goodness me. That was just right to the net within a matter of centimeters for Sri Lanka. Just missed it.
Asikur Rahman who comes back to the side with the kick there. A very, very close opportunity there, Muad. Good effort by Asikur, I would say.
As you can see, beautiful pictures brought by our production crew. Just probably the golden most best opportunity right here in this game after half an hour gone into the first half. I was telling about how Sujan came into limelight again in 2021, Akhil, when Jackson Puslas deliberately put the hand in front of the goal. If you can recall that story.
That was unforgettable. Let's not say it's deliberately, Muad. Still, there was a penalty there, and Sujan Pereira saved an iconic penalty there and saved Sri Lanka from a defeat. And Sri Lanka indeed got a penalty at the end of dying minutes of that game and secured the position in the finals. And where the whole country celebrated entering into a final after so long. You must say the whole racecourse was under celebration for at least 1 hour after the game.
Yes, Akhil, wonderful sights that was in 2021, and it was, I think, Jackson and the whole Sri Lankan unit had tremendous amount of trust in him, trust in Sujan to save that penalty, and Sujan rose to the occasion and saved the day for Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan contingent looks a bit dull. They know they have to come back if they are to go into the next round.
Yeah, Mohammad Akib, who didn't start in the last game, who are playing forwards today.
Sri Lanka yet again after so much of dominance, missing again on that position. Chaitharatnaka, the skipper, was a bit unfortunate out there.
Yemenis have all the rights to defend right now, securing a 4 lead. So they are more on defensive. Still, they have all the rights to do it.
Sakil, I think they just put the icing on the top right at the 5th minute and went into that 4-0 aggregate lead as Sri Lanka fighting for survival, fighting for pride as Arif Khan goes for the throw-in, a long throw-in right into the box. It was a magical moment. The crowds were just screaming and on their feet. Again, Sri Lanka, one of the best throws in by Arif Khan. Not the most expected, right into the box. But again, Yemen running away with that luck.
A lot of ahs and oohs in the crowd, Muad. That was very, very close. Unfortunately, numbers not coming our way so far in both first and second legs of the Asian qualifiers.
Sakil, as Abdul Wasi Matari, the captain for Yemen, seemed to be in a bit of a rush, and that was the miss. Brilliant opportunity, again gone begging for the Lankans as Replacement for the day. The first replacement is coming in for Sri Lanka. Mohammad Fazal, experienced campaigner, is set to come in for Sri Lanka. Fazal, hailing from Colombo, a great lad who has been in the forefront for Sri Lanka as
Substitution for Sri Lanka.
Anthony,
Number 8,
Bharat Anthony, one of the Anthony brothers, is coming out as Fazal goes in with a roaring cheer.
Fazal, I would say one of the veterans of Sri Lankan side, who is representing Sri Lanka team for more than 10 years now, Muad, and hailing from my own school, Zaira College.
Of course, footballing powerhouse Zaira, producing some exceptional, brilliant talent for the Sri Lankan outfit, as well as producing brilliant coaches known as the kings of football, playing the game for over a century as Sri Lanka now a must-scoring opportunity. Fazal with some brilliant of his dashing, a bit of flair coming in from the veteran lad.
Sri Lanka with possession. Rajmohan with the ball. Another misdirected pass, I would say, Muad. Yemen on the charge.
Skipper Ratnayaka coming in from the defense for Sri Lanka, and earlier now that was, I think, Ishan Kavindu securing the ball for Sri Lanka, but again the gifting away of possession has been coming to bite back the Lankans as Al-Tairi goes in from the left flank.
Yemen with the opportunity. Defended there by Sri Lankans, and Yemen holding on for positions. Some good defensive skills there by the Sri Lankans. Still 1-0 down.
And
5 minutes go for half time one.
Yes, Akhil, I was going to say we are inching close to that mark, but like I said earlier, we might see at least a 3 minute to 5 minute extra added time due to that early injury concerns we had in the game for the Yemeni player. And Sri Lanka now somehow managing to keep that 1 goal difference here in the second leg. Mind you, our audience are watching across the island and across the world. Sri Lanka is now 4-0 down on aggregate. They have to win this game in order by more than 4 goals in order to go into the second round of the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifier. So Chaitya Ratnayaka's team with experienced campaigners like Sujan Pereira, Wasim Razik, Fazal and many more. This is a match of the lifetime, match to remember for the ages for them. Akhil, Sri Lanka must fight back.
And Sri Lanka with the opportunity again. So close. Missed by a whisker there. About good 3 to 4 opportunities being missed today, Muad.
In fact, Akhil, the most important, and that's offside. I think that was the first offside of the game, Akhil. So a very clean, a very safe game played by both the teams. But Sri Lanka, in fact, Akhil had the most golden opportunities in the game.
About good 3 to 4 opportunities missed by the Sri Lankans.
As you see, anxious crowds. Again, it was almost the third best opportunity for Sri Lanka. Lots of work put in by the Yemeni goalkeeper, as Sri Lankan crowd is very, very silent. Not the usual vocal crowd we see, as Sujan goes in deep again.
Sri Lanka's on the charge again. Possession given back and Yemen is on the charge.
Yemen Akela is definitely playing a very safe, very defensive, very controlled, calm and composed game. They know they are up by 4 goals, so they want to keep this ball in possession and compose themselves, not to take too many unnecessary risks. As ball goes out, Sri Lanka must take these gifted opportunities to turn them into goals. Noman Alwaji, Yemen number 2, the defensive player.
Mohammad Akib, the youngster, the speedster from Colombo FC. Mohammad Akib could be easily one of the fastest men in the ground right now, Mohad.
Sakil, we don't see much sprinters in this Sri Lankan unit. And Akib, a main man in that Colombo FC outfit, who has been in the forefront of the Sri Lanka's top elite football league.
Sri Lanka has a momentous task, Mohad, with 1 half to go, with almost 1 half, a little bit more than 1 half to go, and to score 4 goals.
Sakil, a very arduous task, a mountain climb for them here. Sri Lanka defense standing strong, and again free kick in favor of them. We haven't seen any cards up to now. No cards were shown, and only one offside was recorded in that was also against Yemen. International football returning to Sri Lanka after 2 long years since 2021. So this is a brilliant opportunity for the Sri Lankan spectators, fans and the football faithful to have a glimpse of hope and catch some live action here at the Racecourse Stadium. Another substitution coming in for, I beg your pardon, 3 minutes extra time added, like we said earlier, due to that bit of a stoppage in the earlier part of the game. So 3 added minutes. Let's see who will come on top here.
Just after you said one offside, there's another one, Mohad.
I think we had to watch our words, Akhil, because Sri Lanka's first goal unfortunately was conceded after tremendous praise we had on Sujan Pereira, the veteran goalkeeper. So here's Sujan with his green outfit for today. Experienced campaigner for Sri Lanka, a man who has been saving the net for many, many years for Sri Lanka.
Sujan with a massive kick right into the half. Yemen claiming back the position. And Sri Lanka with the ball again.
Most of these Yemeni players playing in the Gulf leagues around Bahrain, Qatar, Iraq, Egypt and many more other Gulf nations. So Like their coach said, mostly under 23 players and a few 25 to 27 age range players, and they are into some attacking mode here. Defensive effort from Chartharatnayaka, the skipper. Yemen Akil, very hard to defend, still intact as Wasim Razik. Wasim. Solo warrior Akil, my goodness me. Wasim just had no real support there. He has been a solo warrior out here, and brilliant run by the lad who plays in Germany.
Wasim is one player who is playing all around the world right now, Muad. He was playing in India. He was playing for Kerala in India. And these days he was playing in Hong Kong as well. So a lot of football around the world for Wasim.
It's a man who is shining bright like a diamond, playing for Sri Lanka. He was like a angel center for the footballing arena here in Sri Lanka when Sri Lanka was in dire straits, as the Lankans now probably having the last opportunity right before half time here. Yemeni wall of defense proving to be rock solid throughout this game and the first leg as well, where they won 3-0.
Sri Lanka with another opportunity gone missing, and Sri Lanka get another corner. Most probably should be the last move before half time.
Rajmohan after a while yet again back with the corner kick, same position where he had been taking the corners for Sri Lanka throughout the day. Again valiant effort by Yemeni goalkeeper Abdul Hakim Al Sadi, and a referee blows in for Lemons. It's 1-0 at half time. Well, we see some injury concern. Looks a bit serious for Yemen number 6, that is Al Qadir Salim Aldu.
The halftime score, Sri Lanka 0, Yemen 1.
Let's see what happened there, Muad.
I think bit of a collision on his head by the looks of it. Bit of an arm or an elbow of the Sri Lankan player might have had an effect there.
A good half for both the teams, Muad, where both the teams showed us some attacking football and good defense as well.
Yes, Akhil, valiant effort by both the teams. So only 2 offsides for the whole game. That is also by Yemen. Sri Lanka had around 4 to 5 golden opportunities to go in and penetrate that net. Nonetheless, the luck not going in favor of the Lankans here in Colombo.
Good to see that player back again in action. We hope he'll be fit for the second half of the game. Here are the highlights of the first half, where Yemen scored early in the next first 5 minutes, and Sri Lanka coming back, attacking. Sri Lanka created a lot of chances, throw-ins, and a lot of chances created by Sri Lanka, well defended by the Yemenis. We saw Kamindu Ishan there, coming so close to the goal. And the last opportunity of the game from Rajmohan.
Half-time confirmation. Sri Lanka 0, Yemen 1. and the Sri Lankan fans have been silenced throughout the game right from the start, as Yemen now lead with a 4-0 aggregate.
ධනංජය සිරිවර්ධන සමගින් ඉතින් කොහොමද සෙනසුරාදා රාත්‍රී 7ට සජීවීව වෙනස අත්විඳින්න නිරතුරුවම සුප්‍රීම් TV බලන්න.
Oh my god! එහෙම අස්කර ගනීද අයියා?
අපේ ආණ්ඩුවට බයේ එහෙම ප්‍රකාශයක් කළේ කියලා කියවන්න ඕන.
ඔය විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව එකක්. ඇත්ත තව එකක්. දේශපාලනීති අපිට ඇත්ත වහල වැඩ කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. උමව රජාට එන්දවා. මාත් රජාට එන්දා.
මල්ලි ලැන්ඩින් කියන්නේ එසේ මෙසේ පොරක් එහෙම නෙවේ. මං හංගන් ඉන්නේ බඩපිජු අස්සේ ඒක දැනගන්නින් පුතේ.
Welcome to a lone country. සෑම සෙනසුරාදාම රෑ 9:30ට.
තා ජනප්‍රිය චිත්‍රපටයක් තමයි දිල්වාලේ චිත්‍රපටය කියන්නේ. මෙම ගීතේ රූගත කිරීම කරලා තියෙන්නේ අයිස්ලන්තයේ.
Happy weekend everyone!
අපි ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක්ක කතා කරන්න යන්නේ මේ මූවි එකේ තියෙන ත්‍රාසජනකම දර්ශනයක් මොන විදිහටද මේගොල්ලන් පටිගත කරේ කියලා.
ඔය ප්ලෑන් කරලා නැත්නම් ආගේ වීකෙන්ඩ් එක අපිත් එක්ක ප්ලෑන් කරන්න ඕන. ඔයාට අද ඉඳන් chance එක තියෙනවා. අපේ road to weekend program එක බැලුවොත් ඔයාට පුළුවන්. ඔයා ආස කරන remake බලන්න. ඔයා ආදරය කරන ඔයාගේ close මායගේ special days වලට wish කරන්න මුළු ලංකාවටම ඇහෙන්න ඕන. ඔයාට chance එක තියෙනවා. දැන් ඔයාලගේ තියෙන talents වලට technology use කරලා දේවල් කළොත් ඔන්න අපේ ඉඩක් තියෙනවා. මං එනවා හැම සෙනසුරාදාම උදේ 10ට ඔයාගේ ගෙදරට.
Road to Weekend හැම සෙනසුරාදාකම උදෑසන 10ට.
ඉරෙන් ගෙනා චූටිදුවේ සඳෙන් ගෙනා චූටිදුවේ වලාකුලෙන් බැස්ස දුවේ මගේ පණ නුඹ ළඟයි දුවේ.
ඔබේ දුකට ලැබුණු පුංචි මේ මල් කැටුව අපි ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න කොහොමද? නිවසට කැඳාගෙන යනවා.
පුංචි දරුවෝ මල් වගේ මල් පෙති වගේ හරි සිවුම්ම පිළිදු අපි ඕනව අතපත ගන්න ඕනේ. අපේ අතින් වැරදි නොවෙන්න අපි වගේ බලා ගන්න ඕනේ.
Only on Supreme TV.
මහා රාවණා රජ දවසට දිවෑන් ඉතිහාසයක් තියෙන සබහාධර්මයෙන් බිහිවෙච්චි උතුම් ශාස්ත්‍රයක් තිබුණා. ඒකට තමයි අපේ හෙළ වෙදකම කියලා කිව්වේ. පුස්කොළ පොතේ ලියුණුවේ වෙදකමේ ලියවිච්ච රහස් තිබ්බා. ලෙඩේටත් ලෙඩාටත් දෙකටම ප්‍රතිකාර කරන සුවපත් කරන අපේ හෙළ වෙදකම අපිව අදටත් පුදුමයට පත් කරනවා. හෙළවෙදකමේ හැකියාව, හෙළවෙදකමේ රහස්, හෙළවෙදකමේ විශ්මය දැනගන්න ආරාධනා කරනවා. ගොඩවන්න සුවසපුවට.
ලංකාවේ ලෝකයේ ජනප්‍රියම සින්දු බලන්න. Supreme TV Rhythm Cafe සතිය දින 5න් උදෑසන 11ට.
රංගනයෙන්
මේ මාත්‍ය ලොකු ජාතිය වගේ
ලස්සන තමයි ඒත් වැල්ලේ කී දෙනෙක් ඕකට හැගහගෙන මම ඔබ බඳිනවා
සුවඳක් දැනේවි හදී
අති විශිෂ්ට ගායනයෙන් අති විශිෂ්ට සංගීතයෙන් 75 වසරක රජ ගමනක යෙදුණු ශ්‍රී ලාංකේය සිනමාවට නව පණක් දෙමින් සුවිශිෂ්ටතම චිත්‍රපට 365ක දිනපතා පෙළහර
අපි පැවිදි
රජ දැක්ම සුප්‍රීම් TV ඔස්සේ පමණයි දිනපතා දහවල් 12ට රජ දැක්ම
අපි අවදානම් තත්ත්ව විශ්ලේෂකයි.
දන්නවනේ ඉතින් ආයි මං ගැන.
ඔයා කොච්චර කාලද දැන් මෙහෙද? ඔයා ඔය කියන්නේ කොයි කුමාරිකාව ගැනද?
පුංචි අපි ආසාවෙන් බලන ළමා චිත්‍රපට සිංහලෙන්ම හඬ කවලා. ඔයාලා කරේ?
ඔයාලට සතුරු වෙන්න පොඩි දෙයක් තියෙනවා.
මට බයක් හිතෙනවා. ඔයා මට මේ විහිළු කරනවද?
අන්න ඉන්නවා.
හායි. සෙනසුරාදා සහ ඉරිදා උදෑසන 8ට Kids Movie Supreme TV තුලින්.
Every morning හිමිදිරියේ චමත්කාරය සතියේ දිනවල උදෑසන 8ට Supreme TV බලන්න.
මම කවදාකවත් මම මෙතෙන්ට යන්න ඕන කියලා හිතුවේ නෑ. මට පාසල් කාලේ තිබ්බ අදහස. පාසල් කාලෙත් එහෙමත් නෑ.
ඒක ඇත්තටම හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක්. මොකද දැන්
මම ගොඩක් වෙලාට උත්සාහ කරන හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නම අහන්න.
ඔව් හොඳ ප්‍රශ්න වගේ අහනවා. සතුටුයි ඇත්තටම.
මම වැඩ කරපු ආයතනයේ පඩිදම්. يعني වෙඩි තිබ්බ දවස ටෙලිකාස්ට් වුණා දවසට පහු වෙනවා.
මම පාවිච්චි කරපු පොතක් මගේ ආරාධිකයාට තෑග්ගක් විදිහට දෙනවා. දර්ශන බොහොම ස්තුතියි අද මගේ වැඩසටහනට ආවා.
ඔබයි ගෙන වසන්තය මලක්
උඹ කොහොමද බං අර ජයගේ බෙල්ල මුලින්ම කපලා දැම්මේ ඈ?
මේ මඩුවේදී කොස් කොටන් දෙකට වෙන් කරන්නෙත් ඔය සිස්ටම් එකටම තමයි. ඔකට කියන්නේ HMMC method කියලා හිටන්. HMMC කියන්නේ head massage and neck cutting. ඔක මේ කකමයක් විතරයි හිටන්.
ඒ කිව්වෙත්
මට ඒවට වෙනම ක්‍රම සහ විධි තියෙනවා.
ඔය මටත් ඉන්නවා කපා ගන්න ඕනේ දෙතුන් දෙනෙක්. really?
Welcome to a lone country. සෑම සෙනසුරාදාම රෑ 9:30ට.
ධනංජය සිරිවර්ධන සමගින් ඉතින් කොහොමද සෙනසුරාදා රාත්‍රී 7ට සජීවීව වෙනස අත්විඳින්න නිරතුරුවම Supreme TV බලන්න.
Oh my god! එහෙම අස්කර ගනේද අයියා?
අපේ ආණ්ඩුවට බයේ එහෙම ප්‍රකාශයක් කළේ කියලා කියවන්න ඕන.
ඔය විශ්වාස භංග යෝජනාව එකක්. ඇත්ත තව එකක්. දේශපාලනයේදී අපිට ඇත්ත වහල වැඩ කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. මම රජාට එන්දුවා. මාත් රජාට එන්දා.
මල්ලි ලැන්ඩින් කියන්නේ එසේ මෙසේ පොරක් එහෙම නෙවේ. මං හංගන් ඉන්නේ බඩබිජු ඇස්සේ ඒක දැනගන්නින් පුතේ.
Welcome to a lone country. සෑම සෙනසුරාදාම රෑ 9:30ට.
තා ජනප්‍රිය චිත්‍රපටයක් තමයි දිල්වාලේ චිත්‍රපටය කියන්නේ. මෙම ගීතේ රූගත කිරීම කරලා තියෙන්නේ අයිස්ලන්තයේ.
Happy weekend everyone.
අපි ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක්ක කතා කරන්න යන්නේ මේ මූවී එකේ තියෙන ත්‍රාසජනකම දර්ශනයක් මොන විදිහටද මේගොල්ලන් පටිගත කරේ කියලා.
ඔය ප්ලෑන් කරලා නැත්නම් ආගේ වීකෙන්ඩ් එක අපිත් එක්ක ප්ලෑන් කරන්න ඔන්න ඔයාට අද ඉඳන් chance එක තියෙනවා. අපේ road to weekend program එක බැලුවොත් ඔයාට පුළුවන්. ඔයා ආස කරන remake බලන්න, ඔයා ආදරය කරන ඔයාගේ close මායගේ special days වලට wish කරන්න මුළු ලංකාවටම ඇහෙන්න ඔන්න ඔයාට chance එක තියෙනවා. දැන් ඔයාලගේ තියෙන talents වලට technology use කරලා දේවල් කළොත් ඔන්න අපේ ඉඩක් තියෙනවා. මං එනවා හැම සෙනසුරාදාම උදේ 10ට ඔයාගේ ගෙදරට.
Road to Weekend හැම සෙනසුරාදාකම උදෑසන 10ට.
ඉරෙන් ගෙනා චූටිදුවේ සඳෙන් ගෙනා චූටිදුවේ වලාකුලෙන් බැස්ස දුවේ මගේ පණ නුඹ ළඟයි දුවේ.
ඔබේ දුවකට ලැබුණු පුංචි මේ මල් කැටුව අපි ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න කොහොමද? නිවසට කැඳාගෙන යනවා.
පුංචි දරුවෝ මල් වගේ මල් පෙති වගේ හරි සිවුම්ම පිළිදු අපි ඕනව අතපත ගන්න ඕනේ. අපේ අතින් වැරදි නොවෙන්න අපි වගේ බලා ගන්න ඕනේ.
Only on Supreme TV.
මහා රාවණා රජ දවසට දිවෑන් ඉතිහාසයක් තියෙන ස්වභාධර්මයෙන් බිහිවෙච්චි උතුම් ශාස්ත්‍රයක් තිබුණා. ඒකට තමයි අපේ හෙළ වෙදකම කියලා කිව්වේ. පුස්කොළ පොතේ ලියවුණුවේ වෙදකමේ ලියවිච්ච රහස් තිබ්බා. ලෙඩේටත් ලෙඩාටත් දෙකටම ප්‍රතිකාර කරන සුවපත් කරන අපේ හෙළ වෙදකම අපිව අදටත් පුදුමයට පත් කරනවා.
The second half action is yet to begin in a short while as Sri Lanka are trailing 1-0 against Yemen in the second leg clash. Yemen leading 4-0 on aggregate points, aggregate goals, as last week's encounter in Abha, Saudi Arabia was clinched by Yemen 3-0. And I'm joined by Akhil Masoon on the combox. Good evening, Akhil. Welcome back.
Good evening, Muad. Welcoming you back as well. Welcome everyone for the second half action of the second leg of AFC Asian Qualifiers. Sri Lanka on the attack again. Opportunity. Oh, opportunities out, and a penalty given for Sri Lanka in the very first minute of the second half. We see Yemen players are appealing against it, and a yellow card.
And also the first yellow card of the game, Akhil. It has been a very keenly, very disciplined affair. Right from the kickoff, right from the first part of the second half, Sri Lanka in early advantage. The first penalty of the game, and Sri Lankan fans now are jubilant. They're screaming and yelling for their home team as the first penalty, the first scoring opportunity is given for Sri Lanka, the Golden Army.
Wasim Razik taking on the penalty for Sri Lanka as expected. Will he make it 1-1?
That is the biggest ask for the Lankans here. For the fans who are present here, the faithful, loyal Sri Lankan fans eagerly awaiting on what will unfold in the next couple of seconds. Wasim Razik. We are silent, just like the Sri Lankan crowd went silent, Akhil. As you can see the replay, just absolutely sheer brilliance shown by the Yemeni goalkeeper. No words to say. Brilliant goalkeeping skills.
Anticipating the correct direction there, Moad, and saved a crucial goal. A corner for Sri Lanka. Rajmohan with the corner. Opportunity after opportunity for Sri Lanka goes down in the very first minute of second half.
Fazal just completely disheartened with that. He was just inch close, almost there. Sri Lanka, Akhil, whatever said and done, proving that Sri Lanka are not an easy team, are not just another team. They are a team who can fight. As the goalkeeper for Yemen is down on his Abdul Hakim Al Saadi, the number 22, just completely on the floor.
Using the chance well there, Fazal with a beautiful nip there. Look how well directed, just missed by a few inches. It's a game of millimeters, Moad.
Sakil, even in the first half, mid first half, we saw Sri Lanka missing that goal by a whisker. This is almost 5+ golden scoring opportunities gone begging for the Lankans. The clock is running and we might again see some extra time being added, injury time being added at the end of the full time, as anxious Sri Lankan crowds again eagerly awaiting their home team to come back and score a goal and equalize this affair. They know it's a hard task to score 4 goals because the aggregate is now 4-0 in favor of Yemen. From the first leg they scored 3 goals, so this is the second leg and they are in the front foot again.
Interestingly, Moad, a lot of players who didn't start in the first game, in the first leg, who started today, and they are performing really well, especially likes of Akib. And Yemen with another opportunity. Well defended there by Sri Lanka.
Sujan coming back again with a big risk opportunity, a big risk taker, Sujan, and coming to save the day for Sri Lanka. This is Sujan, the experienced campaigner, former national captain as well.
So players like Fazal, Ashikur Rahman, who didn't start the last game, playing this one, creating a major impact of the game.
Sakil, see that from the scoreline too, and the attacking opportunities created through these players, very well experienced players, so that years and years of playing on the field coming into effect here.
Afil Mohammed, one of the best defenders playing in Sri Lanka right now, who is fulfilling his duties for his country. Afil is from Hamid Al Husseini College, who also have contributed for Sri Lanka football in a massive level.
Sakil, another Central Colombo footballing powerhouse, Hamdul Hussaini, also known as Hamidia amongst the footballing circles, a school which has produced excellent, exceptional talent for the national unit for many years. As Sujan goes up to the skies, Sri Lanka playing with lots of under pressure conditions as the referee stops play. A bit of a foul play, says the referee. So Yemen will now have the opportunity to again control the ball and play the game according to their rhythm. This is your replay. Nothing, almost touched, a bit of a dramatic move by the Yemeni, but the referee was not in front of his eyes, so
we see a lot of this in international football, Muad.
Of course, I think it was rare today when compared to especially international and major top league football, where lots and lots of dramatic instances are recorded, as Sri Lanka again falling into the trap of the tight Yemeni ring of defense. Yemen now controlling the ball in possession. They have the 4-goal advantage. They know they will play their game according to their rhythm and just tone it down and calm their nerves down, as Sri Lanka will definitely and showed that they are definitely in for aggressive attacking play.
Sujan Pereira this time collecting cleanly. Guiding the troops as one of the most senior men in the side. A replacement for Sri Lanka.
Substitution for Sri Lanka. Number 5, Asikur Rahman, is been replaced by number 21, FM Aman.
Asikur Rahman replaced by youngster Aman Faizer. Another opportunity this time. Mohammad Akib this time. No real support there. Straight at the goalkeeper of Yemen. Aman Faizer, another exciting prospect for Sri Lanka football. A youngster.
Sujan still playing intact for Sri Lanka. Ball again lofted and gifted away, possession for Yemen. Al-Tairi, the playmaker for Yemen, the midfielder, just falling short of the goal. He was isolated and was in a solo run, as the Lankans again right from their start. Rajmohan now, number 15.
it's pretty evident more that the more opportunities they get to perform in international level, they will deliver. So it's important for authorities to also to organize more tournaments or make Sri Lanka part in the international tournaments so that they get more match experience.
Yes, Akhil. Shows how much the Lankans have been lacking the international exposure as we are playing. The Sri Lankan lads are playing an international game after a year. So that was earlier last week. It was Yemen, and in Sri Lanka it was after 2 long years. So the football-loving public definitely love to see, and they will come in numbers if there are tournaments being held in Sri Lanka. And also, Akhil, according to the organizers, today's ticket proceedings will all go towards the National Sports Development Fund.
Which is a good, commendable thing from authorities, which is to donate for the National Sports Development Fund.
We hope that all those donations will be used in the most favorable position to develop and nurture young up-and-coming sport talent. Because every time in Sri Lankan sports we hear more negative thoughts than the positive ones, as Sri Lanka's athletics, after being rejuvenated at the Asian Games, especially with Nadisha Lekamge and Tarushi Karunaratne's silver and gold medals, Sri Lanka now coming up as another, again, back to the glory days of Sri Lanka athletics. We hope same will happen to the glory days coming back to Sri Lanka football, where we were once a South Asian powerhouse. Playing with top international teams will give the lads from Sri Lanka experience, exposure, and resilience and rejuvenation from the Sri Lankans. Like the coach Andy Morrison, the Scotsman, was telling, give these boys a couple of years and they will definitely prove to be a strong force in the South Asian region, with many international players of Sri Lankan origin willing to play and come back for Sri Lanka. And that will help the local players in the local club circuit as well to develop and give a strong competition, as the first yellow card might be shown to Sri Lanka. Looks like Rifkan will see a yellow. Let's see what the referee has to say. That was a replay. I think come the second half, the Yemenis are into some dramatic tactics. They were playing very hard and strong in the first half, but the second half they are trying to put on a bit of a cheeky moves. But Sri Lanka right on the left wing. That was Razik, if I'm not mistaken, on the left.
Could be an effort to kill some time, Mohd.
Yes, the Yemenis know that they have the match in their bags right now, right away, with a 4-0 aggregate advantage, as they are inside the box, and Sri Lankan defense almost a second goal scored by the Yemenis. Lots of ahs and noos from the local crowd, as Sri Lanka somehow salvaged to maintain that 1-0 goal difference. It could have been, Akhil, could have been a 1-0 affair, with that unfortunate loss of that penalty earlier in the start of the second half.
Sri Lanka once again on the charge. Coming to Ishan. Coming to Ishan, they are trying to go around the defender there. but couldn't make it a positive result for Sri Lanka. With almost 30 minutes to go of the game, Sri Lanka trailing by 1-0 in this particular match and 4-0 aggregate of both the legs. Opportunity again for Yemen. Calm and collective effort by the Yemenis with absolute no hurry. Fair enough, since they are leading the game by quite a bit of a margin.
You are absolutely correct, Akil. They know they have the match in their pockets, as now the first replacement comes in for Yemen in the game. They have not replaced anyone throughout the whole game.
Substitution for Yemen.
Number 10 comes in, that is Muhammad Abdullah Al-Dahi, comes in place of Ahmed Mahir, forward for Yemen.
We might see few replacements for Yemen, since they are leading with quite a bit of a margin, and they might have to try few youngsters going forward as well. Their team is already featured a lot of youngsters.
Yes, Akil, give a bit of a chance for the fresh legs to come in and give that important international game experience. So this will be a crucial factor for them going in forward as an up and coming team in the Gulf region. Battered hard by conflict for many years, but they are playing strong. They are training according to their coach was telling yesterday in the media briefing. They are training under tremendous hardships across the places in countries in Gulf, especially in Egypt. They are not in the best of sorts to continue full training in Yemen, especially with foreign coaches. But fortunately for the Yemenis, the Yemen league is back on track after almost a decade due to conflict. So the Yemeni league will prove and give a great exposure for the Yemen team, as the throw is not good. He's stepped inside, so Sri Lanka will now have a chance to avenge themselves from this tough situation.
And Gulf is one of the most active regions, I would say, in terms of football, Muad. We see the World Cup happening last year, and also some top names in, I mean, the celebrated names in world football are playing football, I mean, domestic football, club football in the Gulf region.
Sahil, whatever said and done, what problems may come in that region, wars, conflicts, situations where you cannot control, still football is one sport which you cannot take out of the Gulf, as the region is filled with football crazy fans all over the country, all over the region. And with Qatar hosting last year's World Cup and Morocco proving to be one of the top Arab African nations to play in the semi-finals, that just boosted up the whole region's confidence. And with the Saudi League gaining one of the most highest tractions across the globe, the Gulf will always definitely be the next best hotspot for football in the world.
Sri Lanka with opportunity. Wasim Razik couldn't hold on to that ball, missed it, and Yemen with possession. That's Afil Mohammed there, doing the perfect job as a defender, one of the best defenders, as I said.
Akhil, you have mentioned a few special names given to special players in the team, if you could recall, like the maestro, the tactician, the golden boy. I think there are different names for some players, if you could recall and have a bit of a fun chat.
There was a time, Muad, where we called Sujan Pereira the Superman of South Asia, where he used to play club football in Maldives. So he was a very well-known figure in Maldives as well for his superb goalkeeping skills. So he was called as the Superman of South Asia. Sri Lanka with opportunity. Once again, a missed opportunity for Sri Lanka. Were you able to count more how many opportunities were created by the Sri Lankans?
Akhil, I think this is almost the 7th time. The Lankans are inching towards 10 golden missed opportunities. They have only themselves to blame, and also the luck never going in the Sri Lankans' favour. Troubled times ahead for the Yellow Golden Army. Sri Lanka football. To be safe,
an opportunity for Yemen there. Credits should go to the defender as well there, Muad.
Yes, Akhil, whatever said and done, Yemen, the team has been playing their hearts out. So are the Sri Lankans. You cannot blame them for not playing or creating opportunities. Almost now coming close to 10 missed golden opportunities for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka have been dominating compared to the last fixture in the first leg at the away clash in Aba, Saudi Arabia. The 3-0 defeat was very hard to digest for the Lankans. They have come back strong and hard to prove that they are a strong team to reckon with here in the international football arena.
There was a time, Muad, even my friends at the production and the media will agree that when Sri Lanka get on to a national match, we end up conceding about more than 4 to 5 and 6 goals. So it's quite nice to see that Sri Lanka is engaging in attacking football, though the numbers are not coming our way. It's important that we continue to play this attacking football, which will inspire the youngsters also to come.
Yes, like we mentioned in the first half, there was one time when the Lankans were accused of not playing positive football to win. They were playing too much of a defensive game, whereas now they have proven right in front of the eyes of their home fans here in Colombo that they are a strong team who are willing to play good, positive football to win and nothing but to win. As they have been very disciplined, they haven't conceded any yellow cards or red cards here today in Colombo. That's a brilliant sight to see as we are inching at the 70th minute mark on the clock. We definitely will be having more than 3 minutes of extra time added due to the early stoppages at the early second half. This is 1-0 still in favor of Yemen, 4-0 in aggregate for the Yemenis. 156th at the world rankings.
We see the VIPs who are watching the match, headed by the Minister of Sports, Mr. Roshan Ranasinghe.
Another familiar face there too. Once one of the top-notch ministers in the country, as well as the newly elected president of FFSL, the Football Federation of Sri Lanka, Jazwa Umar. What is expected is for Sri Lanka football to be lifted up from the dire straits and jeopardy it was in the last few months and years. So much is expected from the new panel, the new body, regardless of politics or any other affiliations. What is needed is the upliftment of Sri Lanka football to its former glory and its glory days, to be one of the top in the region, and hopefully to get back on track in the top of the world rankings with so much of talent, Takil. As we can see in the school level, it's immense. The crowd support is huge, but when they come to the national level, there's a bit of a problem. As Sri Lanka in attacking mode, it was again gifted away in possession. So Yemen says thank you and gets the ball in track again. Now they will slow the game down. They know it's their game. They go for the front. Sujan, the superb save from Sujan, without any fear, comes forward to save the day for the Lankans.
Yemen on the attack. Yemen with a very close opportunity. Missed out. Sri Lanka claimed the ball back and given cheaply again to Yemen. Free kick for Sri Lanka. Lot of support for Sri Lanka, as we see on the pictures right now. We see the crowd coming into action by supporting Sri Lanka. Sujan to take the free kick. Sri Lanka couldn't capitalize the opportunity there, and another opportunity goes begging for Sri Lanka. Yemen on the charge. Sri Lanka claiming back the ball there. Akib given away the ball, and Yemen on the attack.
Sujan Pereira, the solo hero for Sri Lanka, isolated there. Sri Lankan defense not any close towards Sujan, as you can see on the replay, just inches close away from the goal line, as Yemen will now go in for their corner, and the second substitution comes in for Yemen. Muhammad Naji Al-Kashmi is in for Anas Salem Al-Mari. Anas, number 17, played a good game for Yemen throughout the first and the second half.
Sri Lanka with possession right now. And given away cheaply once again, and defended well there by the Sri Lankan defenders.
Yes, Sakil, this is a do or die battle for Sri Lanka right now. They have to give their all in. This might be their exit clash. If by the looks of it, it's a very hard task to score another 4 goals to equalize in this affair. It's 75 minutes on the clock. The referee definitely will have around close to 5 minutes of extra added time, but this might seem like the most great effort by Sri Lanka in many, many years of the world football arena.
Would have been far better if that penalty was scored, Muad. Just not our day, I would say.
Crowds from all over the island flocking in to the racecourse stadium here in Colombo. An iconic venue, a historic venue here, used as an airfield back in the World War II. This historic fields of grounds played many key roles in Sri Lanka's and former Ceylon's history. A great sporting venue which hosted many international games in the past and in the recent past as well. Originally used as a horse race track, this area proved to be one of the most lush locations of Colombo in the colonial Ceylon, and now converted into an international standard rugby and football stadium. Akhil, the rugby fraternity is yet to see some international rugby action after a long time here at the stadium. It's a wonderful venue out here.
Yes, Muad, with a lot of both open rugby and open football can be played in this stadium, and one of the nicest venues going across in the country. The vicinity of a lot of sports being played, Mohad. We have the race course, we have the hockey turf,
yes.
Then we have the Royal Complex and the Bloomfield Club as well.
Yes, imagine what this area would have been 100 years ago, Akhil. Full of green cinnamon gardens around the vicinity, huge horse race track. So wonderful sight to see, and also it's as you can see on your screens back, the AstroTurf is sadly in a very bad condition. So we hope the authorities of the Hockey Federation and the national sports bodies are watching in, and it's a sad note to see the hockey faithful are facing a situation where there is no AstroTurf in the country. The Martele turf is destroyed as well. So this might be a wake-up call for the Hockey Federation to look up into these matters, to give a sporting fiesta for the country. Hockey has been one of the most enthusiastic sports in Sri Lanka for many generations, especially Martele and Colombo. AstroTurfs not in use now, not in good conditions. We hope and pray as sports lovers that the conditions will be restored back to its former glory, as Sri Lanka now fighting hard for survival. 1 goal down, 4 goals down in aggregate. They are giving all their heart, they are giving their all effort, a do or die battle here for the Lankans.
Opportunity for Sri Lanka once again has been the mantra of the day, opportunity and goes begging. And Yemen with a chance, and well cleared by the Superman, Sujan. Yemenis appealing for a foul play, not given by the ref. We are entering the 80th minute of the game with a little bit more than 10 minutes to go. Well collected there by Sujan once again. The hero for Sri Lanka today is easily Sujan, Muad.
Yes, Akhil, even though he conceded that early goal right in the middle of the first 5 minutes, Sujan has been proving that he is a great leader. Even though he conceded that goal, he knows what he should do in the middle, and he has been giving all his experience of many years to this national outfit. He has been proving strong in goalkeeping as well as fitness, not showing any emotion of giving up. That's a great work by Sujan. Yemen number 16, that is Nasser Ahmad Al Gawashi, comes out and Wahid Muhammad Al-Kiyat, the number 8, goes in for Yemen. Yemen putting out lots of fresh legs in the second half. They did not do any substitution until the 70th minute of the game. They've been playing an all-round, composed, calm game, safeguarding that early 1-0 goal difference. Coach Andy Morrison from Scotland, Sri Lanka, right on your left of your screens, still standing right beside the touchline in the box and barking out instructions for his Sri Lankan team.
Some replacements coming in for Sri Lanka.
Substitution for Sri Lanka. Kavindu Ishan is replaced by number 18, Shenal.
Kavindu Ishan, who had a good game,
number 23,
goes off for Shenal
Ifrar
Sandesh.
Mohammed is replaced by number 10, Anthony Rahul.
Anthony Rahul comes in. Meanwhile, some good news from the neighborhood, Muad. The first South Asian country to qualify for the next round. Pakistan beat Cambodia 1-0. So Pakistan qualifies for the next round.
Akhil, it's wonderful to hear news from yet another neighboring South Asian nation qualifying for the second round, because definitely this is a very, very hard tussle to get into the second round. India, being our neighbors, having a 1 billion population, are yet to go into the FIFA World Cup, so that is also a great concern. It's Harun Hamid who netted the crucial winner for Pakistan to move into the preliminary joint qualification round 2 in the match against Cambodia, winning 1-0. So the Pakistanis are in, and Sri Lankans are fighting to salvage some pride, fighting for pride on glory, to salvage the defeat from last week in Abha, Saudi Arabia against Yemen. Number 8 to the newcomer, number 10. Now he passes to another midfielder. This is Altairi. Hanash with the ball now. Goes out to number 9. Back to Hanash.
One of the newcomers for Sri Lanka is Muad Shenal Sandesh, one of the exciting young players of the country. So good that Shenal is getting some match exposure as well. Shenal hails from St. Joseph's College.
Joe's, his good old school, is now in the semi-finals against Darussalam, I beg your pardon, Aligarh National College, Eravur, in the All Island Schools Under 20 Top Division Football Tournament, as Yemen goes in for a front foot advantage. This is brilliant defense coming in from Sri Lanka. Yemen was never playing this much of an intentional game. They were playing a very slow, calm and composed game in the earlier parts of the second half. Now they are proving to show some comeback to go in, and goal is not scored as the referee raises the flag for an offside. It was a wonderful effort, though commendable actually, to commend the effort by the Yemeni, and also a great effort by Sujan. Thankfully for Sri Lankans, as you can see, a wonderful save on the crossbar, top of the crossbar, as Sujan calls and argue and points the offside. This is the third offside in the game. All offsides were conceded by Yemen. Sri Lanka are yet to be given an offside mark. So this is a very well disciplined game by Sri Lanka. Nonetheless, not scoring any goals.
Another opportunity there for Sri Lanka. Rajmohan with the kick and well cleared by the Yemenis defenders there. Akib, the youngster, taking on the throw-in. Another beautiful pass by Shenal. And chances after chances, Muad. Another chance. And Sri Lanka scores. Sri Lanka scores an amazing goal that time. Lot of chances went begging, and this time Sri Lanka scores the all-important equalizer at the 88th minute of the game.
This proves what Sri Lankan lads are made of, Akhil. As you can see, the flags are going up and the fans are up on their seats. They were on the edge of their seats, nail-bitingly waiting on the seats to somehow see Sri Lanka score a goal at home after 2 long years. This is Sri Lanka after 2021 scoring a goal here at home and here at the same venue.
Scored by number 6, Charita Ratnayaka.
Skipper Charita Ratnayaka, the goal scorer for Sri Lanka, proving how amazingly this team is built and how resilient these lads are to come up after a 3-0 heavy onslaught defeat at the hands of Yemen in Saudi Arabia. This is the replay. Skipper Charita Ratnayaka netting that goal in. Beautiful work coming in from the Sri Lankans. A valiant team effort. They know how big this is by the way they are celebrating. This is a great moment for Sri Lanka. This will definitely help the Sri Lankans to go and jump some rankings up of the FIFA rankings. Absolutely great work by Sri Lankans, not giving up until the last gasp.
That was indeed a pleasure and a emotional moment, I would say, for all the football fans here. Charita Ratnayaka, the captain, rising up to the occasion and scoring the all-important goal for Sri Lanka.
There will be 5 minutes of time added.
There was some build-up ahead of that goal and well capitalized by Sri Lanka. We see fans getting vocal right now. Can they add the icing on the cake with another goal, Muad?
Of course, Akhil, the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top will always be an absolutely brilliant sight to see. If Sri Lanka goes back and scores another goal, they will definitely be rejoicing and celebrating up in there. They cannot win this game on aggregate points, but they definitely have the chance to win this encounter, this leg, as now the aggregate scores are 4-1 in favor of Yemen. Sri Lanka will be absolutely thrilled if they can salvage this game into their hands and go and keep their heads held up high and go home victorious.
Team Sri Lanka played an exceptional game, Muad, with some attacking football, finally resulting in a 88th minute goal for the captain. Had their chances. You see Sri Lanka on the charge again. Wasim Razik. Some momentum for Sri Lanka right now with another corner. Wasim Razik there tried to send the ball to the middle and well defended there by the Yemenis. Adavan Rajmohan, who had two very good games, with the corner. Adavan taking out the corner. And resulting in another corner for Sri Lanka. Shenal Sandesh, who came in the dying minutes of the game, he's playing a major impact of this game right now. Other one with another opportunity. Oh, there is something going on there, Muad.
Akhil, we never saw any indisciplinary act committed by any of both of the teams throughout until this exact moment. This shows how much of a close and tense affair this game turns out to be at the middle. It's great to see the players hugging and shaking hands and consoling themselves. End of the day, this is the beauty of sports. Whatever you may do, you may fight, argue in the middle of the pitch, but off the pitch, you go as friendly rivals. And this game is poised to be what was expected in the pre-game hype, as Sri Lanka was very well respected by the Yemenis. The Yemen coach was saying that Sri Lanka is a very strong team to play with and they just respect their opponent very well. As the referee shows another yellow card for Yemen. This is 2 yellow cards being shown for the Yemenis today. Sri Lanka not conceding any yellow. Now the fans are up in their feet. They were very, very silent until the 88th minute of the game.
Adavan Rajmohan, the free kick. And another opportunity goes begging for Sri Lanka once again. What a game we have witnessed today. So many opportunities for Sri Lanka as a result of displaying some amazing attacking football. Goal kick for Yemen. A flat kick there by the Yemen. And that marks the end of the game. The second leg of Asian Qualifiers 2026. The game finishes at 1-1 draw with that late goal by the Sri Lankans. The match ends up 1-1, which could be a tremendous achievement for Sri Lanka football going forward.
Yeah, absolutely correct, Akhil. This shows how much of a strong unit and how much effort and resilience shown by this Sri Lankan outfit. They came 3 goals down after that huge suffering defeat against Yemen in the first leg in Abha, Saudi Arabia. The first leg clash. Come the second round, the second leg. This is the full-time scorecard, as you can see on screens. Sri Lanka put on one of the best performances in the recent history. 1-1, having placed 202nd in the FIFA World Ranking. Sri Lanka came into this game, and Yemen came in as firm favourites at 156th in the world rankings. Sri Lanka proved to be a team who can put on a fighting comeback, as Coach Morrison goes into the field to congratulate his boys.
A good commendable performance by Sri Lanka, I would say. These are the highlights of the second half. Early in the half, Sri Lanka got opportunity, missed the penalty, and there was a superb save by Sujan, the Superman. And that goal from Sri Lanka, Shenal Sandesh giving it out for the captain, and captain scores a header. A superb goal indeed to wrap up the proceedings. Good attacking football by Sri Lanka football, resulting in a draw of this particular game. Good that Sri Lanka football is back and back with a bang. After 2 years, a home game at the race course. The boys coming out in flying colours. Sujan Pereira, as usual, with his superb goalkeeping skills, and Charita Ratnayaka being a superb captain, and all the forwards and the defenders. A good team effort by Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka 1, Yemen 1. Folks, from wherever you are joining us across Sri Lanka here at home, the island nation or across the world, Sri Lankan fans, wherever you are across the globe, and also Yemeni fans, a big thank you and shout out to all of you for joining us. There are many more action coming up next. Do stay tuned. This is the first round clash between Sri Lanka and Yemen, the second leg of the match between Sri Lanka and Yemen. The host Sri Lanka coming back strong to equalize the game in the 88th minute of the game. A last gasp goal by skipper Charita Ratnayaka, putting the Lankans in a very good position after many years. This is your highlights of the full game. Early goal went in for Yemen. Sri Lanka held on until the last minute to not give away any goal scoring opportunities for Yemen. Akhil, what we saw today is a brilliant comeback from Sri Lanka, led by Charita Ratnayaka.
True, Muad. After being 3-0 down in the first leg, that was an amazing comeback by the Golden Army. Chances created throughout the game, attacking football, which resulted in a late goal. A penalty missed by Wasim. And some acrobatic saves by Sujan Pereira once again throughout the game. One of the vital factors where the game ended up in 1-1, and Shinal Sandesh passing out for the captain, and captain scores a superb header at the dying minutes of the game. A brilliant display of football by the Sri Lankans. A good team effort which resulted in a full-time score of 1-0.
أنت اللاعب اللي سجلت الهدف، كيف تشعر في هذه المباراة أو كيف شعورك في هذه المباراة؟
أولا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. المباراة كانت صعبة طبيعة الحال في أرض سريلانكا. كنا نتمنى نخرج بالفوز، لكن الحمد لله مشي التأهل. تراجعنا في آخر المباراة، كان ممكن نسجل 2 و3، لكن خرجنا بالحاجة الأهم وهي التأهل.
Important thing, we qualify. We hope to win this game and score 1 or 2, 3 goals. But alhamdulillah, it's the important things. We qualify to the group.
Yes. What do you think about comparing with the Sri Lanka first match at Saudi Arabia and this home team Sri Lanka?
كيف شفت المقارنة بين مباراة الذهاب ومباراة الإياب سريلانكا؟
طبيعي منتخب سريلانكا بين أرضه وجمهوره كان ند قوي. حاولنا ان احنا نمسك زمام المباراة في بعض الفترات، لكن مثل ما تشوفوا عندهم كرات خطرة مثل الكرات الثابتة وكرات التماس، استطاعوا استغلالها شوية وسووا ضغط على الفريق. لكن الحمد لله يعني احب اشكر الشعب السريلانكي ايضا وعلى حفاوة الاستقبال، كانوا يعني قد المسؤولية في حفاوة الاستقبال.
When we compare between the first game and second game, Sri Lanka play good in home. And we try to possess the ball, but they are strong in set pieces, and they score 1 goal from set pieces. But we want to thank Sri Lankan Association and Sri Lanka people because they are kindly. We are very happy with them.
We are wishing for the next match, right? Thank you very much and have a good day.
شكرا لكم شكرا على هذه المباراة.
إن شاء الله. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen and football lovers here at home and across the world, this is the end of the second leg between Sri Lanka versus Yemen, the 1-1 drawn game at the AFC Asian Qualifier for FIFA World Cup 2026. Just before we go, there is another short interview. Do stay tuned.
මේ වෙලාවේ ඔයාගේ අදහස් කොහමද මේ comparing with the first match at Saudi Arabia and this match the home team match, how do you feel?
ඇතරම මම ගොඩ සතුටු වෙනවා අද මැච් එක ඩ්‍රෝ වුණ එක ගැන. අපේ පේස්ලා දෙන්න තුන් දිනක අද හිටියෙත් නෑ මේ අසනීප තත්ත්වෙ හින්දා. ඒත් අපේ ටීම් එක මම හිතනවා අපේ අනිත් පේස්ලා හොඳටම උපරිම මේ දුන්නා කියලා හිතනවා. මේක තමයි අපේ පටන් ගන්න මම හිතනවා මේක තමයි ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආයේ මුලින් ඉඳන් පටන් ගන්න ෆුට්බෝල් වලින් මම හිතනවා මේ හොඳ ගමනක් යයි කියලා. අද ගොඩක් සතුටු වෙනවා අද ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රීතිය ගැන.
ඇත්තටම මේ දැන් බලනකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පළවෙනි මැච් එකට වඩා මේක හොඳ පර්ෆෝමන්ස් එකක් තිබ්බා. ඒ වුණාට මේ අපේ ෆෑන්ස්ලාගේ ටෙක්නිකල් ආයගේ තියෙන අදහස මේක දිනන්න තිබ්බා කියලා. ඒ ගැන ඔයා මොකද්ද හිතන්නේ මේක?
ඇත්තටම අපි කොහොමත් අද ඕල් අවුට් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට ආවේ. අපිට ෆැනල්ටි මිස් වුණා. ඒ ගැන ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් කනඩු වුණා. ඒක අපේ ප්‍රවීණ කිඩේගේ තමයි මිස් කරේ. ඒත් එimhe ෆුට්බෝල් වෙනවා කොහොමත්. මම හිතනවා ඒ ෆැනල්ටි එක ගිහලා තිබ්බනම් අපි මැච් එක දිනන්න තිබ්බා. 2-1 එහෙම තමයි ෆුට්බෝල් ඉතින් කවුරු කිඩා කරත් එහෙම තමයි.
රයිට් එහෙනම් all the best ඊළඟ
And that's it, folks. This second leg clash between Sri Lanka versus Yemen in the FIFA AFC Asian World Cup 2026 for the qualifier match here in Colombo Racecourse ends in a 1-all draw. Yemen clinched the game and the overall aggregate score of 4-1. They won the first leg in Aba, Saudi Arabia, 3-0, and here at home Sri Lanka put on a valiant effort to score 1 goal each and go in home with some pride and hope for the future of Sri Lanka. Good evening and take care and a pleasant Tuesday evening. Good night.